Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. My name is Corey Olsen, the Tolkien professor, joined as always by my friend Gryfflet, who's hanging out with Merry Brandybuck and this Dernhelm chap, who seems okay, but kind of dour, a little bit taciturn. So, but, I'm sure he'll cheer up eventually. Anyway, welcome back. I do love, we talked about this at the very end of my last session, but I do love how Lotro kind of tries to it's not exactly preserving the spoiler, right? I mean, what they're doing here is this sort of, I doubt they're imagining that a very significant percentage of the players who get to this point in the epic quest line don't know who Dernhelm is, right? I don't think this is about preserving surprise exactly. I think this is about instead preserving the integrity of the story. That is, like, it is important even for us who know exactly who Dernhelm is and what's going to happen with Dernhelm, need to be brought into this part of the story when Dernhelm's, when Éowyn was still traveling as Dernhelm and her identity was not known to any except Elfhelm. So, as I say, it's not exactly like they're trying to trick us or they're hoping we won't guess, who Dernhelm really is. Sorry, I'm like looking to see how they've. So you've got the helmet covering a lot of her face. Is it just me? I think her face looks dirty too. Like she looks kind of grimy. See, now I want to do like a close comparison between like Dernhelm up close and Éowyn up close when we saw her in Medicel. But anyway, so that's fun. So I talked to Merry. What did Merry have to say?
Let us get a look at what Théoden.
Oh, right. We're going to sneak down and see the meeting with Ghân-buri-Ghân. Absolutely. Let's do it. Okay. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to head off and do, as I recall, it's been a couple weeks real time since I have been able to ride with Gryfflet here. So we're going to do the Beacon Hills local quests is what we're going to do. Okay. But yeah, we might as well continue with the epic here until it gets us past the area here. Okay. What the clearing is? What, south up the hill? All right. Okay, Mary, I'll find it, and I'll trust you'll follow me or whatever. Okay. Oh, it's over. Is this, I'm getting warm. Am I? What is it? Back over here? Up the hill? Théoden's Warstead, huh? All right, I'll tell you what. I'll stealth myself. There we go. They'll never see me coming. Here we are. Théoden speaks with Ghân-buri-Ghân. Oh, my close friend. Ooh, Ghân-buri-Ghân. Put on, right? He's got on one of his nice hats. Okay. Those are ferns, right? Yeah, they're ferns, not feathers. All right. Looking good, Han. Who else do we have here? We've got Herubrand and Herefara, Dunhera, Grimbold, Éomer, of course. Gléowina, close friend. Guthlaf, the standard bearer. Right? Deorwin, Elfmar, and Elfhelm. Thrum, Redbeard, Fastred, Harding, and Ingbert. Oh man, everybody's here. This is just, there is nothing not to love about this part of these times in the game. As we move towards the Battle of Pelennor Field, and you're in with the group of rangers, every one of whose name you recognize. I'm here in the full council of all of the leaders of the Rohirrim, and I know them all and all of their backstories and personalities, right? So cool. So cool. Okay. All right, let's Oh, that's Théoden's tent, is it? Hang on. Oh, he's got a fancy, like he's got a cupola tent. Got a fancy ventilation system. Okay. But that leaks in the rain, don't you think? Oh, nice. And he's got Pukelmen here. So his tent is protected. Where are we again? We are up. Okay. Near the island. Okay, I just wanted to see where in the wood we were trying to remember that. Okay. All right. Excellent. Hey, welcome, Luthien1121. Good to see you. All right.
These wild men have offered their aid to us.
Yes, my uncle has spoken with the leader of these Woses, these wild men, and has accepted their aid. Ghân-buri-Ghân speaks of a secret way that will allow us to skirt the Orcs blocking the road beneath Amundine. He has staked his life upon it, for he will walk beside Théoden on this secret way. If he proves false, I am to kill him where he stands. If this is a trick, I will slay him without hesitation. Don't worry, Éomer. Been on the secret way myself. Totally safe, and Ghân-buri-Ghân is a stand-up dude. I like the fact, I'm interested in the fact that instead of doing an instance, they, like where we actually saw the conversation between them, they're bringing us in just after the fact, right? So the conversation that happens in the book has just happened, and this is the immediate aftermath of it, which I think is interesting. All right. Okay, Éomer. Hey, Théoden, what do you think? So I guess I didn't have to stealth myself after all. Merry's sneaking in, but I'm, Oh, hang on a second. Is Merry, like, skulking around here somewhere? Let's see if I can find him. Is Merry, like, hiding behind a tent, listening to all this? Because I know he's not going to be seen, but he's witnessing this. It's funny. So Merry has to skulk, but I'm, like, welcome into the, to consult the king openly in front of all the thanes and such. No, I don't see him. I'll see if I can spot Merry before, like, he's revealed. Or am I just going to meet him back where he is? I would have expected he'd be hiding somewhere. Is he up? I don't see him. Okay. Just wanted to see if I could spot him.
I thank you for sending to us these Woses, these wild men.
Oh, interesting. Théoden credits us for sending the Woses, which, like, we totally did. I mean, like, it goes without saying that we, as the PCs, totally brokered this relationship with the Woses and the Rohirrim, so that, once again, the fact that things turn out well in The Lord of the Rings is once more down to us, right? Possibly the coolest consistent accomplishment that Lotro makes in their adaptation. But, okay. Yes, you do have us to thank. You're welcome. Their hatred of orcs is similar to our own, and quite useful in this case, for the orcs have made camp in the shadow of Amundine and block our road. My 6,000 spears could scatter this orc barricade, but it would take time, and that time cannot be spared. Ghân-buri-Ghân says there is fire on the plain before Minas Tirith, and within the walls. The defenders will not last if we do not come soon. Ghân-buri-Ghân says he knows a secret way around the orc camp. He says he can show us a forgotten road that will get us near to the city without delay. We must take this road. Agreed. All right, get to chat with Khan as well. I wonder what would have happened if I'd been less scrupulous about doing all the other quests first. I guess the epic quest would still have had me sealing things with Khan.
Secret way is rocky. Your help clear.
Ghân-buri-Ghân make promise to you, Gryfflet. Now Khan fulfill it. Wild men will help horsemen. Stonehouse folk once very strong. Carved stones from hills. Carried stones on large wains. Built stone houses on side of mountain. Road still there, but stonehouse folk forget. Wild men not forget. Horsemen pass through Stone Wain Valley. Entrance is northeast of Drúadan, far south of here. Way is rocky. Clear stones from path to make safe for horsemen's passage. Then horsemen and Gryfflet fight Gorgun in front of great stone city. Wild men live in peace. Excellent. Okay. Great. So we're gonna help to literally clear the path. Clear the fallen stones. Where? Oh. Way down there? That's where the stones are? I feel like I passed by there a ton of times and didn't have any problem. Oh boy, am I now regretting moving my milestone. Yeah, I moved it to the Warstead of the King's Men up here. Ah, well. If I'd kept it, I could have milestone straight there. All right, folks, I'll take care of this. I guess I'll go do that right away because it's going to be inconvenient whenever it happens because there's nothing else around there. There isn't a stable master in Drúadan, is there? Is there a stable master? Golly, where am I? No. Minas Tirith. Critost, Warstead. No, there isn't. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. I will just ride. I will ride. And I will queue up a lore question. Hang on. Hang on a second. Sorry, I forgot to have those ready to hand. All right, here we go. We got tons of them. All right. All right. Let's do another Bill Stickers question. Bill Stickers asks, were the dwarves in the music? When Yavanna wants to create the Ents, she argues that they were in the music, and so Manwë has to let her make them. Couldn't Aule have used the same argument? Okay, good question. Probably. That is to say, if the Ents were in the music, the dwarves almost have to have been in the music. Okay, so I'm going down to the next one. I'm just going to take the road. Just going to take the road. It'll be fine. Tell you what, I'm going to be frisky. We're going to take Wayward. We're going to Warsteed it. See how we do. Okay. Oh yeah, Warsteed is going to, yeah, Wayward is going to skate. It's even more fun. Uh-oh, lagging. Oh no. Warsteed lag. Help. We can do this. Come on now. Okay. Doesn't seem to be me lagging. What's going on? Okay. All right. We're good. Making very uneven progress with my Warsteed here. Yikes. I don't know what is wrong with... Whoa. Where did I rubber band back to? Holy cow. Never mind. I'm going to ride my slow steed because it's faster than the war steed, apparently. Okay. Sorry. So, were the dwarves in the song? Yes. I think so. At least as much as Ents. Why didn't Aule make that argument? Because that wasn't really the issue. Remember when Yavanna brings that up, she brings it up in response to Manwë's comment, it is a strange thought, right? She describes how she wants to end. She's like, the Olvar, the animals can like run away or protect themselves, but the plants are helpless. Right, the plants are helpless and the plants need a protector. So I think it'd be cool if there were some plants who could protect the other plants. And Manwë's response is, okay, that's weird. right? That's he's like, I'm not saying no, I'm just saying it's weird. And her response to that was to say to him, but it was in the song, right? This was this idea is part of the music. When Aule was, well, it's not that he was sent to the principal's office, it's that the principal came to him. When Iluvatar shows up and says to Aule, so, what you doing there? Making dwarves, right? His response is not, but they were in the song, because he knows that's not the issue here. The question is not were the dwarves in the song or not. The question is, why didn't he wait, right? His impatience is sort of the big deal. Yavanna's going about things the right way. Yavanna is approaching Manwë to talk about this, and Manwë is consulting with Iluvatar to see if this whole Ent project has wings or not, right? Has legs or not. And in the end, he finds that it is. So, like, her approach is totally legit. That's why all she has to do is explain it to Manwë. But Aule has gone and made dwarves on his own, which he did not have the authority to do. And he knows it. He knows that that is not legit. Let's see if I can actually make it through all the Dehun here in the quarry before they kill my horse. Anyway, right, he knows he's been caught out doing something that is beyond his authority and that is against the will of Iluvatar. So the question is not were dwarves in the song. The question is, like, is Aule gonna get, whooped for this? And so that's why it doesn't come up. But I think if you just asked him, hey, Aule, were dwarves in the song? I think the answer is obviously yes. The answer is obviously yes in that for two reasons. One, it happened, right? And the dwarves believe that they will join in the second music, in which the children of Iluvatar will join in as well. So there's going to be a dwarf choir in that, at least according to the dwarves. That's what they believe, and I see no reason to think they're wrong. But the second reason is simply that the music was shaped by Aule. It is clear that having learners whom he could teach, this is a big part of Aule's heart, right? He makes dwarves for a reason. They are an expression of his rather deep desires, and that those desires of Aule's were also manifested in the song initially, I think is clear. I think that's it's pretty obvious, I think, that such a desire would have been, that was so, there they are passing. Look at that. I conjured riders by, okay, hang on. Notice how Théoden was like, we're going to be riding so swiftly that, Merry, you can't come with us because your little pony won't be able to keep up. And here a hobbit on foot is passing them, right? So, like, Merry not only could have ridden Stubbe, he could have walked and beaten you guys down here. Well, so Edith, you could say that Aule's crime is not the deed but the timing. In a sense, that's true, but it's more than that. Even had he waited, even had the dwarves been formed after the firstborn were awake, it still would have been inappropriate for him to do what he was trying to do. He was trying to do what only Iluvatar has the power to do. The children of Iluvatar are called that for a reason. They're not the children of the Valar. They're the children of Iluvatar. And their Thear, their souls, come direct from Iluvatar. Iluvatar is the one he's in charge of that process independently, and the Valar are not. They are not connected with this. So Aule was overstepping, not just with timing, but he was generally overstepping. More 4 sets of stones, huh? Anyway, so there's a timing issue as well, and that's why Iluvatar refers to his impatience. But again, there's more to it. There's more to it than that. Okay. More? 5 sets of stones? We're going all the way. We're going all the way. Yeah. So, but I do think, because the music is itself an expression of the hearts and desires and creative impulses of the Valar themselves. That's why, yes, I do believe that the song of Aule, Aule's part of the great music, would surely have contained like the essence of dwarfdom, essentially. Yeah. Oh, hang on, gotta keep going. I almost went back to the camp. I just saw talk to Éomer, and I almost went back to the camp. Good thing I didn't. So I keep going, and Éomer should be waiting for me at the end, right? Okay. See, I told you guys this was a great road. I guess I should have waited to do this, and if I'd known this was going to be the whole march. I thought this was just clearing the way, and then I was going to go back and give them the green light that it was okay to go. But now they've traveled the whole way, so, well, that's fine. So theoretically, the camp is supposed to be empty, to whom I'm going to be coming back and turning in these quests, but whatever. We can deal with the imperfect timing.
Ghân-buri-Ghân has proven trustworthy.
Told ya. We are fortunate he came to our aid. We may have come here just in time. Minas Tirith is not yet taken.
Ready
No, it is
your
not,
steed,
Éomer.
my friend.
The time has come for riding with haste. Mount your traveling steed and speak to Éomer to join the Rohirrim for the final leg of their journey. Okay. Excellent. What am I going to get? Oh, right. The Wrath, Ruin, and Red Nightfall cosmetic set. Oh, yeah. Which ones of those do I have? I already have one. Is it the shoulders? Yes, I have the Shoulders of Wrath. So I'm going to be getting the full Wrath cosmetic set. I cannot wait for the Wrath. The Wrath cosmetic set, just based on the shoulders, looks awesome, and a huge increase from my my old Anórien Minas Tirith set that I've got on right now. Cannot wait to get the Pelennor Jacket of Wrath. Oh yes, but I gotta do my landscapes first, Éomer. You know, yeah. So this one I'm gonna defer. I'll come back when I'm done with Beacon Hills and Drúadan. I'll come back here. All right. Meanwhile, now I'm grateful that I have the Warstead of the King's Men, of the King's Riders. Milestone there. Okay. Yeah. Juan Fëanor. Yeah, isn't I have to say your comment pleases me, that you're surprised to see. You can't believe Gryfflet is already at Tower Drúadan. It pleases me because, of course, I very rarely get the reaction, wow, you've made such rapid progress. I'm surprised. Okay, so hang on, what's the thwarting Spying Eyes quest. Okay. Defeat orcs. And they're down near Eilenach, which is where I am. So I'm going to head in this direction first, and then we'll go cover other ones. Yes, I am excited. Someone was asking. Oh, sorry, it was Carry On Wayward Son, right? Not Wayward, naturally, of course. Yes, maybe that's why Carry On was refusing to carry me, because I was confusing him with his sire. All right. Yes, so Mystic 83 was asking me, am I excited for Umbar? I am excited for Umbar. That's going to be great fun. That's going to be great fun. And yeah, I totally agree, Mystic. Seeing Númenórean structures in Umbar, very excited for doing some archaeology there in Umbar, seeing what we can find. What is wrong with you, Gryfflet? Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see the evidence of, because there should be several layers, right, that you should be able to tell. There should be, of course, like modern Corsair constructions. There should be Gondorian there should be so possibly 2 layers, right? Like modern Corsair constructions and old Castamere era quasi-Gondorian structures. And then there should be, oh man, these spies are really good at spotting me. Ooh, hey, these are level 102. Are all the areas I'm moving into 102? Maybe I should actually gain XP and move on up to level 105 or even 107. I usually like to stay 4 or 5 levels ahead of the landscape to make my burglarious escapades a little simpler. But yeah, they're spotting me right away because anyway, so I'm expecting in Umbar, I'm expecting to find new and old Corsair constructions, and then archaeological evidence of the old Gondorian occupation, and from back when they conquered it back in the day. And then still older construction of the Númenórean establishment of Umbar, even further back, which, of course, might also, theoretically, have Sauron or Morgoth worship elements to it. Because it was the main port of the Black Númenóreans, right? Of the Kingsmen back in the day. Ooh. Oh, look at this big Pukul stone set about by standing stones here. Oh, this is like the king of the Pukul men over here. Yeah, and then potentially the layer of possibly still some oh, I've gone too far now. The spies are in a fairly narrow band. The original culture that would have been there before the Númenóreans came, before the Kingsmen came. So, yeah, it's going to be from an archaeo gaming standpoint. Umbar is going to be totally fascinating, and that'll be really interesting to do. However, it'll be a while before I take a thorough archaeological look at it in my Exploring the Lord of the Rings field trips, because it's not going to be too long now before Exploring the Lord of the Rings, the class discussion, gets to Moria, and we'll have plenty of exploration to do in Moria. Anyway. Yeah, so. Man, I'm having some lag issues here today. All right. What am I up to? 7 spies? Okay. Yes, I do believe that Lotra's going to go to Harad. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the maps have been very strongly suggesting that. But Umbar totally confirms it. Like that we're going south and filling out the Southlands. And I'm very excited. Very excited to go to Harad. More spies up this hill? Okay. A couple more just spawned over here. That's fine. Hey, could somebody let me know? I'm thinking about levels here. What are these? What are the level of these quests? These are level 103 quests. I'm gonna do it. Oh, today is the day. Yes, sir. Hang on now. We're doing it. Boom. Gryfflet is gaining XP for the first time in I don't even know how long. 6 months? A year? I don't even know. But you'll notice I left him just shy of level 105. So that means Gryfflet is going to level up today like he hasn't done in a very, very long time. Yeah, so if I'm in level 103 quests, I can go all the way up to 107, maybe 108. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to get that one back to Herefara. Let's see if I can war steed yet. It might break the game. You never know. You never know. Okay. Yeah, Gryfflet hasn't had the little fireworks level up tree sprout over his head in ages. No, still lagging. Yeah, let's do a laggy war steed across the bridge and cliffs. That's what I was just about to say. I have a better idea. Let's use the milestone again. I was just about to say that, I was just in the middle of saying that lagging and rubber banding like that on a war steed on those mountain paths, not safe. Okay, so we're here. Where's Herefara? Oh, he's way over there. Great. Just the direction I want to go. Okay. Oh, man, yeah, above. A flashback of our Pharazôn conquering Umbar. So I don't think he conquered it. It was already a Númenorian outpost before our Pharazôn came to the throne, so it wouldn't have been our Pharazôn doing it. Oh, you mean him defeating Sauron at Umbar? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, if the no, that would be cool. That would be cool. Session play. Oh, I want a session play as our Pharazôn. Yeah, I want a session play as our. Can you imagine what skills our Pharazôn would be given in session play? Oh man, like one of them could be like sneer, Right? Like I would do damage just by like sneering at somebody who is below my imperial dignity. Oh man, yeah. Session play as Ar-Pharazôn would be sweet. I would want another skill like deploy artillery. Yeah, that would be another awesome skill. Rationalize. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, that would be cool. Okay, hang on a second. Am I gone? Yeah, I had this issue last time. Okay, so this is like the gate, which means that somewhere up in the bushes up here is where Herefara is. It's like a random wood troll up here. Herefara, what kind of company are you keeping? Okay. Help, I'm trapped. Hey, Herefara. Hang on, I've got a wood troll chasing me. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, he left. All right. All right, Herefara.
There is much to be done.
Yeah, my assistance is appreciated. Hopefully you've given us the extra time we need. Okay, great.
I need your help.
Levels up in one quest. Oh, yes. There we go. However, this is one of my really minor league Lotro pet peeves, is that I have leveled characters up hundreds and hundreds of levels in this game, and I have missed the spectacular, tree leveling graphic about 80% of the time because it gets completely covered up by the quest text box like that. I hate that. Like, that's dumb. If you're gonna level up, they should delay the next box so that, whatever. That bothers me. But anyway, there he goes in one shot. Gryfflet has already leveled up to 105. Okay. Is it possible that the enemy is trying to find us from all sides? It is possible. Yes, it is, Herefara. We must be ready. I have been asked to patrol around the encampment. Do you recall me saying when we last met that I would have you fight by my side any day? These words still hold true, my friend. Come, let us patrol the surrounding hills together. If we encounter the enemy, then let us take arms against them. Okay, Herefara. I can't deny you anything. What's going on here? Oh, right. I leveled up. So, Fall Festival, no thank you. Talk to Imrahil just outside of After Battle Minas Tirith. Okay. No, but, hang on to it for later. And what else did I get for turning 105? You've been summoned by Damrod, who requests your presence at the camp of the host. Right, okay. Yeah, thank you, but no thank you. Great. Okay. All right.
I need your help.
Let's do it. Let's patrol, Herefara. I get to whistle up Herefara? Oh, cool. Okay, Herefara, let's do it. Oh, that's neat. Excellent. Yeah, I can see 105 starts the road to Mordor. It makes sense. But it also clearly tells me when my level is going to be okay until, right? So I should go up till like 107, 108, 109, maybe stick it at 109 for the Battle of Pelennor Fields. Sounds like that's probably a good idea. Okay, Herefara, let's do it. We're patrolling. We're just going everywhere. We're going to go to Nardal and Eilenach, and let's just start by... Oh, the river crossing? Okay, let's start there. All right, we're patrolling. Oh, it's 100% boost VIP weekend? Okay, great. Gryfflet loves it. Yeah, Herefara, don't worry about that troll. He'll be fine. He's not doing any harm. And I was helping to fix them anyway. So hopefully they'll calm down. All right, so here's the river crossing Herefara. It's the first place you wanted to go. And all seems quiet. Too quiet. Here we are. Okay. Rauros is up there. To the east wall, but these things don't... Oh, they do connect. Right, it's the path. The path down from Rauros where Aragorn suggested they carry the boats. Yeah. Down the secret way. Totally want to go there. Am I going to get a quest to send me up to Rauros from here? Because if not, I'm just going to have to book it. I'm just going to have to take a little field trip. Okay. Sorry. Furian Wood. We're not. Is our patrol going to take us through here? No, I don't think so. Okay. There's no quest for that. Well, that's how we're gonna celebrate that. When we finish the Beacon Hills, we're gonna celebrate finishing the Beacon Hills. But what, Herefara didn't even bother to come? All right, Herefara. Tell you what, Herefara. I'll get to Nardal and then I'll whistle you back up. How about that? Anyway, so yeah, we'll finish all the local quests, and when all the local quests are done, and I just have, it's time to move on and do the next quest with Éomer there and move out towards Pelennor with folks. Then I'll head up and we'll see Rauros on the way. Okay, right. Nardal is my next right. Okay. Yes, I've been trying not to... So, I've been trying not to extend. I've been actively trying not to extend Gryfflet's completionism to deeds. Like, for Gryfflet to try to do deed as well as quest completionism in these areas on stream is just going to get insane. But explorer deeds, see, that's different. Like, I kind of do want to see everywhere, right? I want to do the whole story and I want to see the whole game. Is that too much to ask, right? That seems perfectly reasonable ask to me. So I've been successful in avoiding even thinking about Slayer deeds, for instance. And there have been others, but yeah, so I do the quests. I have done the explorer deeds, like just by dint of doing all the quests, I've ended up doing all the explorer deeds. Most of them so far. Like I completed them all in Minas Tirith, for instance. But I think Minas Tirith might kind of be my turning point there, right? I mean, if I'm going to commit to doing like all the statue deeds and stuff in Minas Tirith, how hard can it be to do the explorer deeds, in these other regions, right? Got to be quicker than doing them in Minas Tirith. So yes. So actually, on that subject, since I'm thinking about it, where are we? So explore deeds of. Oh no, I'm not going back. I didn't finish the Paths of the Dead to explore deed. No, I missed one. The Shadow Watch. See. It's too late. I didn't find all the buildings in Dol Amroth. Oh no, I didn't attain acquaintance level with all the... Oh yeah, forget about that one. I would have skipped that one anyway. Okay, but hang on, is this not the right... Oh wait, no, hang on. Okay, so let's see. Central Gondor, Old Anórien, Far Anórien. Where am I? March of the King, the Wastes. I think I'm Far Anórien? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't meet all the Variags. Exactly. Okay, hang on. All right, so I have completed quests of Tar Drúadan. I'm working on the Beacon Hills. And then there's Far Anórien roaming enemies. Yeah, I'm not going to do that one either, obviously. Okay. So Well, I'm obviously going to go to Halethirion and Min Rimmon. I mean, that goes without saying. Oh, I haven't been up to Nardal yet? Well, I'm just about to do that. Okay. All right. Though I don't see... This is just the warning beacons. There are whole explorer deeds in this area I haven't even opened yet. Are there? Yeah. Okay. Gryfflet is ready. Gryfflet is ready. Yeah, that would be convenient. Show current region on deed log would be super helpful. Okay, so this is where I turned that way to go south down towards the quarry, but instead I'm going to go this way up towards the beacon itself. Hang on. Since I'm up here now, let me dismount and whistle up Herefara. Come on, Herefara, we're here. Just in case it's held by enemies, I wouldn't want to cross swords with you in your absence. That wouldn't work. Hooray! Discovered Nardal. Oh boy, it's awful austere up here. Look at this whole colonnade. We got this whole thing. What, they build a scenic overlook? They did. Oh, and scenic it is indeed. Look at this. Oh, look at all the waterfalls coming down. Oh, man, that's gorgeous. You got the bridge, and there's the quarry, which we can see from here. So cool. I'm not going to fall off. I wouldn't do it. Was that... So, Nardal's lookout. Was that not the lookout? That looked like a lookout. Let me come up here. All right, well, there's the beacon itself. Okay, I figured it was going to send me somewhere where there were enemies. Spying orcs. Oh no! Come on, Herefara. Look at me getting XP from killing orcs. So strange looking. Come, Herefara, I know you will be safe, not just because you're with me, and we can totally handle this, but because I know you're not scheduled to die yet. Well, did somebody leave a water bottle here? Huh. That's a little weird. Okay. All right, that's it. Off to Eilenach, Herefara. Here, hang on. I'll call you back. I'm going to ride over towards Eilenach because it's a long ride, and then we'll get there. Okay. All right, let me do another question. Let's see. Let's see. So a question about trolls. What were some of the trolls in Middle-earth made from? I know they were after the Ents. Stone. That's why they turned back into stone. Of course, Lotro has invented the wood trolls. Which are much more like quasi-Ent-like, essentially. But they're not Ents who have gone bad. They're something else entirely, which is a strange category, to be honest. Like, it's a little hard to understand exactly. Wait a second. Did I miss my turn? I did miss my turn. Wood trolls are a little hard for me to understand. Tolkien never developed the troll concept. There's the one line when Treebeard mentions it. And remember, he mentions it in the context of trying to explain exactly how strong he is. When Mary, I think it's Mary, says that Isengard doesn't seem like the kind of place for Ents to tackle, right? He's kind of dubious. Like, I'm glad we're attacking Isengard and stuff. Like, that's cool and all, but what can you actually do against Isengard? And of course, Treebeard's answer is, you'd be surprised, right? But when he's answering this, he says, you have heard perhaps of trolls. Trolls are mighty strong. But they're nothing compared to Ents, right? They were made in mockery. They were made in the Dark Years in mockery of Ents. So they're made in the First Age by Morgoth in mockery of Ents. And that's an important phrase, in mockery of, because the same phrase is used of the Orcs, that they were used in mockery of elves. They were made in mockery of elves. So, because they predate humans. So, there seems to be some kind of basically parallel relationship between, boy, it's the fords that really get us in terms of lag, isn't it? Gotta get past the water. Come on now. Okay. With the water effects out of the picture, I think we're okay. But anyway, yeah, no, you don't want to think about half orcs above. You really don't. Trolls. Apart from that one comment, he says that, and then he says explicitly, trolls were made in mockery of Ents as orcs were of elves. So he parallels that directly. Using that passage to understand exactly what trolls are and how they're made is a very limited usefulness, however, since we don't really know how orcs are made. Because Tolkien never fully solved the orc problem, we don't have a clear and definitive answer to where orcs come from. And so therefore, it's very difficult to understand where trolls come from exactly. Again, I think it's clear that as with orcs, in the beginning, in his earlier stories, I believe that he imagined trolls just being yet another race of creature which Morgoth developed from scratch. The orc problem, just like orcs, the orc problem emerges when Tolkien makes the command decision. Oops, hang on, Mordor Raiders. I'm going to dismount, and then I'm going to whistle at my friend. Hang on, don't fight me yet. You're ruining it. Don't ruin the moment. Did I get him? Okay, now Herefara's here. All right, there we go. I didn't want Herefara to miss it. Good job, Herefara. Okay. So again, it's clear that when Tolkien invented trolls, he was thinking of them as just yet another species that Morgoth develops from scratch. When he made the command decision to stop doing that, to have humans having to be to have any sentient races just made by a Iluvatar, basically. This is similar to the Aule issue that we were discussing earlier. When he made that decision, clearly that has to be true of trolls too. So what does that mean? Are trolls corrupted Ents? That doesn't track at all, right? It's problematic with orcs. It's downright a puzzle with trolls, because why, if a troll is a if a troll is a corrupted ent, why is it made of stone? Why does it turn to stone? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. It makes perfect sense that Morgoth looks at trolls and he's like, animated trees. Interesting. I can go one better. How about animated rocks? Those would be even stronger, wouldn't they? Right? That would be even better. Of course, it's not actually better, but Morgoth thinks it would be. And hence the trolls, hence the weakness of the trolls, that they turn back to stone at sunlight, right? We're told there are other kinds of trolls that doesn't happen to, right? But we don't know anything about them. How were they upgraded? Where did they come from in the first place? Again, we just don't have any idea. And it's like you'd have to solve the orc problem first before you can even begin to tackle the troll problem.
I need your help.
Okay, still much to do? Okay. All right, well, you can go if you must, Herefara. Tell you what. I'm gonna take the direct route here. Okay. Tell me, Herefara, what's next?
There is much to be done.
Right, you have my thanks. You continue to help our encampment, keep our encampment secret. Now it is time to help with more pressing matters. Okay,
There is much to be done.
Have I seen the Variags? Yeah, sure. Those brutish mask-wearing men from the east seem to have their own code of laws. How they manage to be both more barbaric and more civilized than the Easterlings is beyond me. I hope to stand against them, but I feel a distraction may be in order. The Variags have set up a blockade on the road just to the east of this encampment. Oh, this is where the Variag quests come in. I'm hoping that you are up for the challenge of creating a diversion. Okay. How am I going to distract them? What, I'm just going to like dance around in the blockade? Get them to chase me? All right, the Variag variable. Okay. How do the men get out of this camp? Herefara's camp is like impregnable. There's no paths. Okay, well. Oh, I'm being attacked by a tree. Hang on. Hey, guys, don't mind the tree chasing me. It's fine. He's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I brought a tree with me into camp. Oh, he ran away. Like trees do. But how far? Oh, we're a ways off. Let's hazard a war steed and hope we don't have to cross too many streams before we get there. Come, carry on. Carry on, my wayward son is, yes, of course. Yes, you can get a pet Huorn, like a little mini Huorn. They're adorable, the little mini Huorns. A pet Huon is quite different, Drowsnake, yeah. Those are what you call limited edition. Come on now. We're past the river. You can make it. So, somebody was telling me this area is notorious for lag. Like it's not just me. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is ridiculous. Man, where did I rubber band to? Freaky. Are you asking me about who's best? Like, who is the best between Thorondor, Huon, or Shadowfax? Phew, man. First of all, I'd say they're not all in exactly the same category. That's a little unfair to Shadowfax. Shadowfax is awesome, but he's not in Thorondor's league. Huon isn't even really in Thorondor's league, so it's not really an even choice. I mean, like, who would I rather have as supporting me? You know, the, like, biggest, best, most faithful dog ever, the fastest, most faithful, smartest horse ever, or a godlike eagle the size of a 747? I'm going to take the godlike eagle the size of a 747, right? So yeah, that one's, as I say, that's a little hard to choose, but okay, what am I doing? Find a suitable place to blockade in the blockade. All right, so I'm going to go up here. This is distraction territory. What, am I going to set something on fire? They look over angrily but don't attack. Well, they don't see me, do they? A good place to distract the Variags. I should do this by dancing. All right, hang on. I apparently have to get out of stealth mode for this. All right, I'm going to say dance 4. I don't know this. Okay, dance 3. Here we go. I'm dancing. Is this, am I not dancing in the right spot? Oh, I see. It's only the yellow ones that won't attack me, huh? Oh, I have to target one? Okay, fine. Yeah, these guys are 102 also. Alright. I'm just going to mock you then. Fine. We'll go with mockery. Okay. They're growly. Let's see. I'll challenge them. Okay. All right, so that worked, did it? All right. How many of these do I have to kill? Oh, don't run away like an idiot. Okay. Stand my ground and distract them. Well, looks like standing my ground for another 15 seconds won't be hard. Okay, here we are. Am I going to get in trouble? Well, we'll see. Oh, that's it. Okay. Back to the hidden camp of Herefara. Okay.
I need your help.
It was a courteous thing to do. Well, I was kind of discourteous to them. All right, so we've distracted them so that they won't hear you depart. Okay. That's it. All right, no problem. Off to the Beacon Hills we go. I've still got some time. Let's see if I can, how many of the Beacon Hills quests I can get done here. What are my quests again? I'm defeating Warg message riders. Reluctantly. I'm looking for Sithgar, right? Who got lost. I'm finding the tomb at Haliferion. You best believe that. And I'm covering the tracks. Okay. All right. I will do these things. I assume this is only the first round of quests, and I'll get several more, you know, like 2 more rounds of Beacon Hills quests after this. So it's not like I think I'm going to finish the Beacon Hills today, but... Okay, let's see. We're crossing over. We're entering the Beacon Hills. Oh, who's that? Hang on. We got tracks. Oh, I'm supposed to cover the tracks. Right. Oh, no, this is one of the... Yeah, this is one of the... Let's hope there's less lag over here, because if I lag out while trying to do mounted combat, I'm going to weep bitter tears. Ready to go. Come on now. Come back. There you are. Don't be shy. Oh, come on. No, I can go around this pillar, fortunately. He's running away. You running away from me? Oh, Wargrider, Slayer of Far Anórien. Talk about Slayer deeds I will never complete as long as I live. Okay. Well, goat, boar, you may pass in peace. Okay. All right. I think I can cover up the horse track. Can I do that from here? Let's do a low-speed chase, shall we? I get more strikes in this way, even if they don't do as much damage. Oh, hang on. We're going faster now. Oh, boy, do I dislike mounted combat. It's hard to even concentrate enough to answer lore questions while I'm doing it, though. Don't mind me, goats. I shan't do you any harm. Oh, come on. You got him. Throw something at him, Gryfflet. Good grief. How tedious. Okay. Mounted combat is awful. Yeah, the stealth hat is very nice. Like, I do appreciate my stealth hat. It is worth it. Can I? Let's try plan B. Let me try sneaking up and fighting him from the ground. Ooh, that was nice. Oops. Oh, come on. picked up a terrestrial mob here. I love it when the... Where'd my mounted friend go? Fine. Though sneaking up and starting him off in stealth did a pretty good job of starting him off. Like I got him down about 2/3 in that one shot. Thank you. Oh, 10 of them, for crying out loud. So annoying. Yeah, hunters are fun from mounted combat. I like my lore master as my favorite mounted combat, because I can just make the wolf do all the work. Who's this guy? Oh, hang on. I've got a landscape quest, dude. A Mordor Black Arrow, huh? Oh, yikes. These guys are... This guy's serious business. Yikes. Can I even successfully kill this guy? What is this thing? It's gonna take me forever to kill this dude. I feel like I'm chipping away at him with like a tiny little hammer. Not sure this landscape quest is worth it at this rate. He's not like healing or something horrible like that, is he? Oh man, this is crazed. I can barely do anything against this guy. Yikes. Never mind. Never mind. 84,000. And like my hits were doing nothing to him. Good land. Whoa. Crazy. Huh. Yeah. Well. Fine. I'm just going to avoid the heck out of them. If I get a quest for them, then I'll consider things. But if it's just a matter of ignoring their quest rings as I go along. I think there's some Rohirrim tracks I missed. Yikes. Those dudes are out of control. Yeah, I mean, I was suspecting that the quest for them was just kill a bunch of them, which is not a really interesting quest anyway. Okay. Did I get all of the things? No. There's another horse tracks up this hill. Oh, there is. Okay. So there isn't much up on this hill. Like up in the hills here. All right, let's see. Because see, this is what bothers me most about them. Is they just like... The mobs just like kind of ignore you. They don't act like sensibly in any way. They just... Oh, nice of him to stand still for me though. You're my favorite mounted mob ever. Yeah, it doesn't even make good sense. Entering combat, like all other mobs, all of the regular mobs, you know, they aggro onto you and they just run straight to you and start attacking you like a sensible enemy would do, right? When a mounted mob aggro's on you, it runs away and just starts going randomly around in circles, riding around the countryside nowhere near you. Oh, no, there's not going to be quest items in the pending loot, is there? I hate that. My least favorite thing. Okay. Fine. Not going to worry about that. Oh, warband, huh? No thank you on that. All right. So there's the beacons. The beacons are all south of the road. North of the road, we've got really nothing. Oh, look, he's attacking me. He'd better run away. Okay, yeah, I think my new strategy is just going to be to go nowhere. This is working better than the other strategy. First, step one. Sneak up and backstab them. Come on, stand still. You're only making this harder on yourself. Okay. Then you mount up and wait for them to come to you. I said mount up. Okay. And you wait for them to come to you and wish you had a missile weapon. Look at him. Look at him. That's his version of aggroing. I'm going to ride halfway to Minas Tirith and then eventually loop back. Ooh, hey, I threw something. Keep it up. I love how the daggers that I'm throwing fly in these curvy arcs. Okay, that is not only better, but it also makes me less sick, so... Do I have a stun skill? I don't think so. Whoa. Is that the warband dude? Glad he didn't seem to notice me. I don't think so. Actually, hang on a second. Let me mount up here. I don't think I have a stun skill. I've got... Right. Oh, seriously? This wild boar is going to take offense at my standing here? I've got spur on. which makes me sick. I've got break free. So if I get stunned, I can... Oops, it's not really what I meant to do. And then I've got... what's this one? Arise. Restoring power. What is 6 again? All right. Just another damaging one. Yeah, I don't think I do have a stunning skill, so I can't stop them, which would be super handy. Okay, message riders. The tomb is down there. That'll go at the end. A gift gone astray. Oh, that's the dude I'm looking for. He's down at Ost Rimmon. Maybe I should head back and look for him, because there's also a bunch of tracks to cover up along here that I missed as well. Oh, maybe stun them while on foot. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I could try. Quick. Put on your hat. Put on your invisibility hat. Okay, I'm gonna get away from the warband. It's making me edgy. Here, wait, hang on. Let me try that experiment, Phil. Let's see. Step 1, stealth myself. Step 2, oh, that wolf is right nearby. Okay. Here we go. So, let's stun him. No, doesn't work. I guess I stunned him, but not his warg. Getting them to follow you into the water and dismount themselves is not a bad plan. But look at him. Look, there he goes. Literally disappearing into the distance. Yep. His version of attacking me. Oh, hang on. He has a notion. Does it help if your charge covers like 3/4 of a mile before you get... Bye. Don't forget to write. All right. More question. Oops. Hang on. Yeah, I love how I throw knives and they go like this on the way to him. All right, let's see. Complete nuisance. All right. Eventually, we're going to get him. I think he died of old age. Okay. So I'm reading through questions here. All right. Druid's Fire, I'll answer your question about the Mariner class. With the Mariner class coming to the game and the opening focus of the story on the Corsairs of Umbar, what sort of nautical technology level is considered in theme for Middle-earth? Where is the cutoff for too modern, in terms of the sailing ships era in real life. Right. My first and easiest response to that is warships. Steamships. So steam engines are clearly out, and I believe gunpowder is out as well. Both of those things are technologies that have been recorded as happening in Middle-earth at various points in Tolkien's process. The Númenóreans 100% had both. Ar-Pharazôn had a whole thing going on there. He had heavy artillery, he had steamships, he had airplanes and helicopters, and he was preparing to carpet bomb Valinor. That was why the Valar asked for help. But again, that's old. Tolkien walked that back later on. Ooh, you're orbiting. Orbiting is nice. Change your mind. So clearly, steam engines, gunpowder are the two things to sort of avoid there. Other than that, like, before that era of naval warfare, even when you had, sailing ships and, with cannon, in the 18th century, that's too much. So like the major, gunpowder is the major advance that, that really sort of is the game changer in naval warfare. Here's a thing that I think would be interesting. You can't do gunpowder, but they could do Greek fire. So Greek fire is this sort of legendary thing. There was apparently this like combustible liquid that the Greeks, like the Byzantines, developed, and it was a devastating naval weapon because they could it was like a flamethrower. Basically, they could squirt like napalm essentially onto the enemy ships, and not only would it set the other ships ablaze, but it could not be extinguished by water. So again, it was flames which water would not douse. So you were setting fire to wooden ships on the sea with flames that water could not douse. It was really significant. So I do think that Greek fire is a thing that they could, and it was totally proprietary as well. The Byzantines were very, very secretive about that. And the exact formula that they used is, as far as I know, still unknown, actually. Anyway, so that would be kind of interesting if the Corsairs had something like Greek fire, which would enable them to be a real threat. I mean, it would mean that for Gondor to be able to contest them at sea would be really challenging. So anyway, that's one sort of technology. So you couldn't do cannon, but you could do that. I think that could be an interesting thing. That would still be, again, theoretically in keeping with the time and technology of Middle-earth. Okay, this is mercifully my last one of these idiots. Oh no, he's orbiting and I'm missing it. Come on, carry on. Nice. Oh, mercy me. Good. Now I can just keep my invisibility hat on and mind my own business. All right. Would you look at that? I still have plenty of tracks to do, but let me finish up the tracks and then go find the dude, since I have so many of them available to me here. As far as other elements of naval technology, almost any kind of sailing ship, so long as it's a wooden sailing ship, would be totally fine. Because remember, it's not restricted. The only thing that's restricted is basically sort of, level of technology based on, sort of the advances of the time, like, somewhere around High Middle Ages. But it's one of the reasons I was thinking of Greek fire is that you can go beyond that culturally. So it doesn't have to be. Some of you have been around long enough maybe to remember the controversy that emerged from the first still that Lotro ever released prior to the launch of the game originally. And it was a fairly innocuous looking scene. It was just like a woodland scene to sort of show the Shire in Breeland, to kind of tease the Shire in Breeland. But there was a squirrel in it, and it was a gray squirrel. And there was like this huge storm of controversy as Tolkien readers were like, squirrels are not, like, gray squirrels are American. They would be British squirrels. They would be red squirrels, not gray squirrels. You've done it wrong. Right? Chris Pearson sometimes tells this story of like the day he discovered what they were getting themselves in for, in doing Lotro. But anyway, issues like that, and like, should there be tomatoes and all those kinds of things. A lot of these things are based on England specifically. Boy, I put on my hat in the nick of time there. All right, I only need 2 more tracks, and I got some down here. Boy, this warband is really getting in my personal space. Anyway, so because they're now venturing into totally different parts of the world and totally different cultures, they're not operating under the kind of restrictions which were basically like, would it be in England, at this time. So they're able to, they have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to those things than they would have done. Than they did in like the Shire, for instance. So that's one thing that makes the sort of circumstances a little bit different. So as far as like styles, approaches, like different, so when you think about different sailing ships that they had, in different places, like, you don't have to restrict yourself to sailing ships that were known to have been like, sailing the, Atlantic routes around, like, between England and France and things like that. It's okay to get into Mediterranean and Middle Eastern kinds of stuff, because that's exactly where they're going with the Corsairs. So, and then with the Haradrim, that will open up even more. So yeah, as long as it's a sailing ship, and as long as the sailing ship is made of wood and does not fire gunpowder cannon, I think it's fair game. right. One more track. And oh, wait a second. No? That's it. Okay. Oh, right. The one more track was over there. I finished. Great. So I hope we do get biremes and triremes. I absolutely do. Yeah. A nice trireme would be fantastic. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Are pumpkins? No. Well, pumpkins are gourds. They're kind of like a pumpkin is just like a species of gourd, like moose is a species of elk, essentially. But no, pumpkins, I believe they're a New World thing. They shouldn't theoretically, technically, be in Middle Earth because they were from the Americas, I believe, if I'm remembering that correctly. Okay. All right, let's see. I should be able to... Tell you what, I'm gonna... I guess I'll finish these two. Oh, you remember folks griping about the giant pumpkin in the pub at the Jackson movies? Yeah. People gonna gripe. I mean, honestly, it's a little bit silly. Hang on. Wait a second. Going the wrong way. Missed the turn. Hang on. Drow Snake, that's exactly why I think it's a little bit silly. He asked, why do people care about this old world versus new world thing? I know Tolkien initially conceived Middle-earth as an early version of our world, but our world also didn't suddenly become round after the sinking of an island. Tomatoes and squirrels seem like peanuts compared to that. Agreed. Yes. And tobacco, of course, very notably. Yeah, I think... To say there can't possibly be tomatoes or pumpkins or tobacco or potatoes in in Middle Earth because they didn't come to Europe until the 16th century is in every way in the end kind of silly, right? Like there are lots of ways in which like we don't even it's pretty silly. All right. Hey, Sithgar, you're the one I'm looking for. You're too busy kicking the air to do your job? Old Gryfflet sent you, yes. Well, he was not wrong to be worried, and I must confess I'm in some need of help. Yes, you are. I was going to suggest counseling, maybe. But
What ill luck.
Fortune scowls on my every venture. I was given a horse half broken in, and now she has run off on me. Twice I have found her again, only to have her bolt off before I could lead her to the stables. Like as not, she has returned to the hills west of the ford in view of the Entwash. But what use is going after her again? My Éomer has gone on without me, and at a brisk pace at that. What hope have I of catching them? None. No hope at all. Right, well, step 1, stop kicking things. Step 2, I'll find your horse. Okay, so here's a little Beacon Hill settlement, I guess. Like, who are you, lady? This is it's an old Gondorian quasi-ruin. Is this a Gondorian settlement? Your little half-cape suggests that it is. Huh. Who's this named horse? Yasith? Gessith? I'm trying to figure out what language that's supposed to be in. Yes, Eglonel, I agree. Not everything came into being because Europeans discovered them. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Do these people live here? Is this a town? Ost Rimmon? Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Y'all live here and you're digging holes in your front yard? No, you're not. You're nailing down a tarp over a rock. You're covering these rocks very carefully. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Yes, Druid's Fire says the problem is that some folks are clinging to the notion that Middle-earth is strictly Europe and must therefore have a one-to-one correlation. But a certain kind of Europe, which wasn't even historically true. Yeah. Right. No, I hear you. And you're right that this, I believe what you're getting at, Druid's Fire, is that this... there is a likely correlation between people who get upset at saying you can't have tomatoes and people who will get upset because they say you can't have black people. I hear that. I think that you're right, that there's likely to be a correlation and a sort of similarity there. And by the way, yeah. There's lots to say about that. Hey, you're the beacon keeper? What, of Rimmon? Okay. So there's a whole town here for Ost Rimmon. These other beacons are on their own. But you've got a whole town. Tell me more. Oh, look at this.
Dark skies and worrying times.
If only I had looked after the lights of Ost Rimmon as I did the beacons upon their hills. Glonhar wants our lights left burning at night now. Who's Glonhar? But we shall go dark as a winking eye as I left the supplies at the beacons. Should you venture out, burglar, will you visit the beacons and gather the flint and paraffin I left? Okay. Who's Glonhar? If you should find yourself out amid the mouths of the Entwash, perhaps you might gather some Ent's cloak for me. It is of no great consequence, but the leaves of the plant work wonders for the aches of the old, such as myself and Lady Glonhar. Oh, that's who Glonhar is. She the boss? I guess she's the boss. Okay. Happy to. I'm getting increasingly sympathetic with aching old people. I had a sort of a funny aching old person moment this week. My elbow was hurting, like for no reason. Like I had no idea what was wrong with it. It's just like my elbow is randomly aching, right? So I was like talking to my son. I'm like, man, I have this problem. Like my elbow's aching. I don't know why, and it's really annoying. And then I went to, he and I trained together. We do karate. And so then he and I went to karate class that night. And at karate class, my own son, hit me really hard in that same elbow and like hyperextended that elbow that had been aching. And I was like, okay, you fixed the problem. Now I know why my elbow's aching because it's been hyperextended. So thanks for that. You solved the mystery, or rather you made it moot. Dringrod the blacksmith, huh? Okay. Yeah. Oh, there she is. Glonhar. You bade me tell you, the bad man bade me tell, oh, but my beating heart. What? But... What? Did he just say? The bad man bade me... Do what? Glonhar, help me with this. Okay.
We will do what we can with what we have.
I can make neither head nor tail of what this tatter-tongued shepherd is trying to say. There is a bad man, it seems, and a message, and I can get no more. I wonder, is he speaking in the tongue of sheep or of men? Bah! The bad man bade me say bah. And what manner of thing are you? Do you speak sheep by any chance? Why don't you try and see if you can get anything out of him? The shepherd, presumably. Okay, sure. Hang on, but let me go on, Let me get the rest out of you here.
Well
okay.
met.
Have you stood upon our walls and looked out? I have, often, and in the last days I have seen scouts of the foe brazenly keeping watch. If they are so brazen, they may bring report that we are vulnerable to attack. If they attack us in force, we will surely fall. If only someone would go out there and give those scouts a lesson in humility and decorum, I feel sure they would think twice about venturing close enough to stare us in the eyes. Okay. Variag scouts, huh? Oh, hang on. One more from Glonhar. The straw men of Ost Rimmon.
Ah, well met.
We know our enemies are out there beyond these walls. They have let themselves be seen, scouting, prowling, marching about. We know that their numbers are great, indeed. What I fear is that they soon shall see that our numbers are so few. The able men have marched for war, and even our able women number few. We must make some display of arms, or else it will be plain as day. Ha! The light of day would be a welcome change, would it not? I have a plan, but am beggared of able hands. Will you help me in this? We shall be making men of straw. You came from beyond these walls, so perhaps you can venture back out there and find me a good number of sticks and trampled grass. It grows long in some spots, and the harvest there is easy. Okay. All right. We shall perpetrate a ruse upon them. Okay.
Aye.
A message the bad man bade me bear to Lady Glonhar. Only every time I think of what I've got to say to her, my heart quails and my tongue stumbles and right full tumbles over itself. He takes a breath and continues. I was standing in the shade of a tree talking to one of my sheep when I looked up, and there they were, all about me, fearsome swords in hand. The sheep? And then the bad man fixed me with his eye and spoke. He holds the lives of 3 sons of this place in his hand, he said, and for a sum of gold he might let them slip through his fingers. He bade the keeper of this place, Lady Glonhar he must have meant, to meet him upon the eastern slope of Calenhad above the river. I beg you, Hobbit, to say it to the lady here, for I cannot. Okay.
We have little light. We must
Glonhar's
make our
shrewd
own.
eyes go wide.
We have little
What?
hope.
My 4 sons and
must
husband
make
went to
that
war
too.
after the last beacon. Unless, but he holds only 3 sons? What can it then mean? Her face grows very sober. I see. If this ransomer said not my name, but only the keeper of Ost Rimmon, then I shall play the prudent course and send another in my stead. Now where is that blasted fool Gondrad? Hoping to weather my wrath, it seems. Will you find the rascal for me? He is skulking somewhere in Ost Rimmon. I just saw him, Lady Glonhar. Okay. We've got the Ost Rimmon stores. Yeah, I had no idea this was a whole town. Okay. So I've got all 10 quest spots filled now. I should return the other ones. I didn't realize this was going to lead me to a whole new set of things. All right. Hutha, son of Hengist, and Bernoth, son of Baldeg.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Wait a second. It's the Riders 3! I thought I recognized their names. Gryfflet, can it be? In such dark times I was unsure our paths would cross again. I am sorry for the manner of our parting. We knew not how to move forward for what seemed like days after the Battle of the Hornburg. Our warden and my dear friend Leofdog was slain in the fighting just before dawn. If only he had seen what we had, the ride of the wizard and the forest that marched forth to harry our foes, such things cannot be believed if one had not been there at the battle's ending. Time to rest has been a rare gift of late, but our foes have laid traps for our riders, and even now we are working to disarm them before more of our steeds come to harm. Yeah, I was right. The former Riders 4, yes, exactly. Out beyond the gates of Ost Rimmon, they have laid jagged caltrops along the roadway. If you aid the others in removing them, we shall be able to resume our journey unhindered. For you, man, the Riders 3, right? Ulf, Bernoth, and Hutha. Leofdog, right, who didn't make it, who died at... and then we've got Bargewin over here. I think she's going to become relevant, obviously, later. Anyway, happy to move caltrops for you. And then we've got a quarry. Okay, so it's a quarry town. I see. So it's not a beacon town. It's a quarry town. It's a quarry town which then is near the beacons, and so they also tend the beacons. I've got another quest in here. This is probably just kill 10 burrowers who are, right? The burrowers. Pesky cave claws. Right, okay, fine. Fine. Okay. Man, the Riders 3. The Riders 4, but... Okay. Fascinating. And what a place to stash them, right? I mean, this is really off the beaten track. If I weren't being a completionist, I never would have found it. I rode right past this town to go up to the beacon. I only came here because I had the quest arrow, or, you know, the quest ring. Interesting. Okay. So I'm I am going to... Oh, is this a back way up to the beacon? Looks like it is. Alright. I'm out of time. Next time, I'm going to begin by turning in my old quests, just in case I get more in this region to do while I'm doing these quests. But I thought I was going to get a second round, but this might be the second round. So I'm going to go back to... Actually, let me just do that right now. Do it real quick. Pop back to Darwina. Hand in those quests. Then I can come back. But then I won't forget to do it next time is what I'm worried about. Because, unfortunately, I won't be here again next week. Next week I'm traveling once more out to Denver this time for Mountain Moot, which is going to be great. This weekend is New England Moot, but I'm here because I don't have to travel for it, because that's where I live. So, all right, hang on. Here we go. The message riders. It's your fault. You have defeated many of the cursed message bearers. Yes, as many as I'd like to. Hey, you're welcome. And Darwina smiles widely as you describe all the Rohirrim tracks you covered. I shall rest easier knowing how much harder time the enemy will have tracking our trail. Excellent. And Dunhera. No.
We ride
No.
for Gondor.
No, I'm not going to do the porridge quest again. I already did that. Okay. All right. And then, weren't there more? Hang on. All right, the tomb at Herefara, which I'm getting to. And then I don't think, do I have any others in this region? What's this region called? I need a current region thing again. Where am I? Worst of like the Far Anórien Tower Drúadan is what they would be labeled, wouldn't they? I don't think I've got any of them. Okay. All right. I think that's clean, right? So they would be Far Anórien. Great. Okay. So I just need to put the Tomb of Herefara back, and then I can return and do those next time. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. Very good. Well, thanks everybody. I will, as I say, I won't be here next week, but I should be back 2 weeks after that. That will be, when will that be? That will be the 10th of November. Yeah, excellent. No, yes, 10th of November. So the 10th of November I'll be back, and then we'll see. All right. Mountain Moon is in 2 weeks. Right. You are so right. I did skip a week. I'm sorry. I will be here next week. So there's next week. No. Yeah. Hang on. I'll be here next week, but I won't be here the week after. That's what I meant to say. I thought I did say that. Anyway, I'll be here next week, but I won't be here the week after that. Okay. Anyway, see you guys next week. So next week I will return, and I will we'll see if we can make more progress here in the Beacon Hills. All right. Because after that, we're pretty well. That's kind of it, right? Yeah. Up to the Eastfold and absolutely. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we're done with Far Anórien, so it's going to be off to the Pelennor Fields after we finish the Beacon Hills, right? Very cool. Very cool. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Stay tuned for Druid's Fire next, and I will see you guys next week. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.